Yo, you sent me. Well, you tagged me, a knocker, and a bunch of us in a school photo from number 9 school. Remember that tag you put? I was
Yeah.
like, whoa! Yo, I was blown away with that picture, bro.
Number 9 school, number 9. Yeah.
Yeah, I was blown away. I was like, wow, my man came up with this picture. Like, well, I had to look at that picture like I don't know how many times, but
Hey, yo, that picture when I came across it, I was like, I mean, I was like, okay, I remember number 9, but then I was like, wait a minute, there's some real good people in this picture that, yo, that's my man Mike right there, yo, hey, yo,
wow.
for real though, you was the first brother that I know that people we was popping and all that back in the day, but you was the first one that did that little pop with that moonwalk thing, and that was like, yo, that's my dude. Yo, wow. I don't know if you remember. I used to always, every time I see you in the hall, I'd be like, yo, Mike. I used to be bringing people, watch this. Yo.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that, man. That's way back, man.
Yo,
wow.
Yeah, man.
That's way back, man.
That had to be that had to be like what, 4th, 5th grade, something like that, man.
Yeah. It had to be like 4th grade, 5th grade, man. Yeah. Wow, that's way back, man.
Yeah, bro. So that brings me to this. Was you into music like that back then?
Music for me, I would say that it started way before the 4th and 5th grade. Because can I take you back for a minute? Can I take you back?
Damn, you know what? We getting all juicy and everything. Let me give you the proper introduction. That way everybody know who we talking to. You know what I'm saying?
Do your thing, brother.
We already, on. We not live, but we on. So, our show is our pre-recorded for those who don't know.
Right.
But we are definitely on the line with my man. I get a little excited about it, man, because like I said, that meant a lot to me back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But my brother Mike, your last name is Thompson?
Yes, sir.
For those who don't know, my brother Mike Thompson. You can also find him on Facebook. We go a very, very, very long way back, man. And he used to do that popping thing, you know what I'm saying? And although others was doing it, to me it just meant a lot, man. And we definitely, you've been doing something big on Facebook too. You've been posting a lot of music clips and a lot of old school songs, a lot of that soul. And I look at a lot of the the responses to it, and I can tell a lot of people are watching it, and even though the numbers might not be like high, as far as the likes and all of that, you can definitely tell that it's impacting people because it's impacting me, and I'm sure your selection, bro, the selection
right.
is just incredible. It's like you're not just throwing stuff out there. So, what is your inspiration for wanting to inspire people through music?
Oh wow! Largely, I would say because I have to speak as far as heritage. I go back, like you said, me and you, we go back, man. We go way back, man. Music, man. Like I go back to a time in music, man, when we didn't have cell phones and tablets and laptops and computers, right?
Right.
But every household had that stereo that we called the Capono set. Remember those days?
Well, yeah, man. Yeah.
And it was like the only person or persons that can operate the Capono set in the black household was Mom Duke or Papa Duke.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The kids couldn't touch the records, the albums, the 8-track tapes. We couldn't touch it. You know what I mean?
Don't touch them. But
we would allow something that now I hold it more dear to me now than I did in my younger years because we was allowed to celebrate music as a unit in the family household.
That's real. That's real.
You know, nowadays you have, you know, maybe 3 people in the household, or 4 people, or 5 people in the household, and everybody's on their separate device in their own corner or their own room and tuned in, and they entertain themselves, but it's not in a unit like how we, you know. We listen to music together in the household, and we also we watch TV together. We watch Different Strokes and Archie Bunker and the Jeffersons. We did everything as a unit,
the family,
you know,
unit.
And right. And so when you ask me the question of, you know, how music inspired me, I have to go back to those days earlier on when I wasn't allowed to touch it, but my moms and the elders in my household, what they played was the Al Green, the Marvin Gaye, the Four Tops, the Shirelles, you know, Aretha Franklin, you know what I mean, the Dells, you know, like this stuff right here. It didn't make a lot of sense to me back then when I heard Black Ivory, because I wasn't making love. I wasn't. You know, I was a young little virgin kid. You know what I mean?
Man.
But the thing about it was the music still ministered through the whole house. So everybody got the same thing. We was on the same page, on the same level, so to speak, when it came to music. You know, what keeps me, what made me want to have the idea to set the platform to have a music page was, can I ask you a question before I go on?
Absolutely.
You have been invited, I'm pretty sure, and this shouldn't even be a question, but I just want to elaborate. You have been invited to other functions that didn't pertain Black people, like other ethnic groups, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Whether they was Hispanic, Jewish, Italian, whatever, you know what I mean? And what you get to see when you go to celebrate with other ethnic groups is that what they hold true is you go to a wedding with Mexicans right now. The Mexicans are gonna dance the way their ancestors dance, even today.
There it is.
You know what I mean? And the Jews are gonna dance the way their ancestors dance, even today.
Speak that truth.
And when you go to every ethnic group, what they hold from their forefathers and their grandparents and their great grandparents rings through them today. Except when you get to us, when you get to us, we're so distant from mama and grandmama and the music. Our kids don't really want to hear it. But it's the glue in the family. You know, music brings unity when it's. I might go a little deep now, man.
Get there, bro. Go ahead, bro.
You know, I don't want to like, you know, sound like, you know, this professor who got it going on, but I do, from my experience, like I'm over 50. God willing, I'll be 52 this Tuesday. This Thursday. I'm sorry, this Thursday. Thursday, April 30th. So you caught me before I, you know, the diamond age.
Hey,
but,
the vortex is open, bro. Do your thing.
But what I want to say is that music is a spirit, man. Like, you know, you have to understand what it does. And when you play old classic music, you get a different feeling. The endorphins, the feel good endorphins that feeds your brain, have you to react to it differently than you would a Lil Wayne song or a Migos song. You react different. You know what I mean? It's a different reaction. If you're playing Migos and you might want to move a certain way that's kind of like raunchy or aggressive.
Right.
But if I'm playing Donny Hathaway, my moves are smooth.
Right.
Because the endorphins feeds my body differently. I don't know if you follow me. You know, music does has a way of potentially changing a person's behavior.
No doubt.
You know, so I set the platform not to only keep old school alive, which I think it should be kept alive by even our youngsters, but also to give people that feel good feeling, man. You know,
right.
Steve Harvey said it best in Kings of Comedy, man. He said there's certain songs, man, that when you hear the beginning, man, you almost blow up, like you almost explode.
Right. Real.
You
That's
know?
real. That's real.
Because music has that energy, man. It has that force. So yeah, you know, I made that platform, and it's still a young platform.
Right.
People are coming along, and just last month in March we had 159 members.
Beautiful.
Today we have 200 members, so we're growing at a slow pace.
Beautiful.
But what I like to do is I like to keep posting stuff that I believe that's going to give people the right energy.
Right.
You know, and that's my belief. You know,
and keep in mind though, you still got people that, you know, even with, you know, my channel, which is new, you know, you got people that will actually be watching. You got viewers who may not hit the subscribe button, so don't count them out. Just be patient. I know you will, but you know, you said a lot, man, because it does start in the home, man. Today there is a disruption in the family unit, even though we were you know, introduced to a culture without even, you know, saying. It was just like, okay, this is what our parents was doing, and we were actually in the love. So in reality, we were in love. We were in the love that they had, that they were, you know, putting in the household. And so I would wonder with our generation, what happened, man? Because we can't blame these kids too much for moving the way they're moving, because we're like, you know, we're supposed to pass on the torch. And I think a lot of us got so busy with our lives trying to provide and try to get it ourselves that, you know, that the household wind up, you know, not too much time was spent in the household. You know, back in the day, no matter what, you know, there was, you know, your mom or mom and dad, you know, there were days that they would dedicate. You know, there were moments where they would dedicate, you know, the household to that vibration, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think we got so caught up into just, you know, trying to get it and trying to, you know, deal with the economics and the politics of our lives that a lot of us just forgot to put on that tune. Because, you know, they listen to all kind of music, like you said, but they made sure that in the household that vibration was there, that frequency was there. And then you get then you got to look at this too. They didn't have an influence of the internet or the cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Right.
And you know, I really like feel for the parents of today. Like right now, like like I said earlier, I'll be 52 on Thursday, but you know, I have two children, you know, and my children are they're years apart. You know, I have a daughter that's 33 and I have a son that's 7. Beautiful. You know what I mean? But I try to monitor as best I can what my son is doing with his tablet. You know what I mean? Like I don't I don't just let him run amok, and like, you know, I put the parental locks on it and all this stuff on his tablet and everything, but I still go and look over his shoulder, you know, and see what he's doing.
Absolutely.
You know, because I don't want him to be influenced the wrong way, you know. I could tell you, man, part of like what took place was there was a shift. And the shift came in our music when hip hop was developed. You know, when hip hop was developed, we loved it so much because they sampled everything that we grew up listening to.
There it is.
So we was able to receive that because we grew up listening to everything that was sampled back then. You know what I mean?
Right.
So none of the sounds was unfamiliar. In fact, the sounds was very familiar. The only thing that was unfamiliar was the lyrics.
Right.
But the sounds and the melodies, we was already accustomed to that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we was attracted because as soon as we heard the beat, we were like, okay, I know what that is. And then when somebody, they flossed it with their little skills or whatever, we were like, okay, that they did their thing. But even back then, like if you can talk to some of the brothers that was rapping back in the day, like Melly Mel. I see Melly Mel sometimes. Well, not now. We don't like that, but I've seen Melly Mel so many times in the city I can't count. Dougie Fresh. I see these cats. These cats are fluent in piano, drum, guitar. They're fluent, and like what today artists are missing is they're not. Are learning the true craft of music, because when it was passed down to us from our parents, we listened to great musicians. There's a difference between an artist and a musician.
Right.
There's a grand difference. We listen to musicians, man, and even Melly Mel and these cats, when they earlier on in hip hop, these cats was very musically influenced. They was musicians, man. Now it's like not to attack the youth. I would never do that. Right. But if they would dare to pick up an instrument and learn how to play a piano or a drum, and I don't want to sound sissified, I'm talking about a craft like that.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
If they can enhance their ability to not just be artists, but to get back to musicianship, then we would hear a whole nother genre of music that we're missing right now. But because musicianship has been replaced with artists just being an artist, people can get in the studio quicker. They can write down something on paper. It may not sound nice to us, but it's what's selling, and it's missing something. It's missing musicianship, and I challenge anybody. Anybody. I don't care who the person is. When it comes to music, if you put on, if you just stick to just the hip hop selections. Right. If you put on any hip hop song from, you ain't even gotta go back to the 70s or the 80s. Put on a hip hop song from the 90s. Or if you want to go back to the 80s, that's fine too. Right. But put on any old school hip hop song and challenge it to a today's song, and lyrical, you may see the delivery pattern has changed, but sustenance is missing.
Ah, there it is. That's what we talking about. There it is.
Sustenance is not in today's music. It has nothing to sustain it. That's why by the time you and I hear of a new artist, they're not even selling no more, because there was nothing in their craft to sustain them.
Right. That's real.
So they're missing a big piece of the pie. And I would challenge any new artist, before you put something out, go take a music class, take a piano class, take a drum class, take a guitar class. Like, learn the true craft of musicianship. Because when you put something out, when you have that musicianship in your veins, you're gonna want to soon. You're gonna want to do something different with your craft.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because music is spiritual. It's music is deep, man. I didn't mean to come over here and get kind of spooky.
Listen, brother, there's nothing spooky about acknowledging the elements. And see, that's one thing that people don't really accept or even understand, is that, music is a vibration. Music is a tone. It carries the heartbeat. So, without that, there is no us. There is no movement. There is no life. There is no sound. And so everything is based on, that frequency that we call music. So There's nothing spooky about that at all, man. That's, everything that you're saying is 1,000. You correct on all of it. And I think. Go ahead, absolutely. You keep on adding, bro.
I want to set the record straight, because a lot of people don't really get the power of what's inside the music. There's a power, right? Mm. People don't believe that music has a hypnotic power. That it's a hypnotic energy. You could take. Let me just draw a quick picture. You could take two cars, right? A green car and a red car. Fill up the red car with 3 girls. Fill up the green car with 3 guys. In the green car, you got 3 guys on their way to a party. Maybe it's a wedding, an anniversary, and they're dressed and they're looking nice and they're good and they're on their way.
Right.
And inside the car on the way over, they might have a little sip on the way or whatever on the way, and they're playing, Lil Wayne, Migos, Drake. You know what I mean? Right. And they playing, they playing, Rick Ross, and they playing, stuff that make your eyebrows clench, if you know what I'm saying.
No doubt.
Music can change your facial expression. Your muscles in your face can change by what you're listening to. And this is when I say it's hypnotic. If you're driving in the car and you on your way to the club to a function, and in that car, what's coming out the speaker the whole drive is nigga this, nigga that, nigga you ain't shit, my nigga's this, my nigga's that, your niggas ain't this, my niggas is this, and your niggas, and it's just about me challenging your group, right? That's what the whole song's about. My group is this, your group ain't that, my man's gonna do this, your man's gonna do that. By the time that car parks and the people that's in the car get out of the vehicle, because of the power of the hypnotics of the music, the energy, they get in the line to go inside and catch a beef right in the line because they don't listen to all this crap on the way to the club.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Then you could say in another car you have 3 women and on the way to the same function. They listen to Mary J. Blige, Gina Thompson, Sade, whatever. They listen to something smooth. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
When they get out the car, no matter who's glancing at them with the sideways glances or who's trying to give up the wrong energy, their spirit is in peace. Mm. They have not been hypnotized on the way to the function. You know what I mean?
Well, I would say, yeah, they have been hypnotized, but the hypnotism is different.
Okay.
The hypnotism.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, absolutely. The hypnotism is different, and you're 1,000% correct again, because if we're not mindful of what we allow ourselves to be in tune with, we could be goners. We can do harm to ourselves as well as others in an instant of a blink. We can be goners.
Yes. Easily so, man. We grew up in a time when we used to watch rap battles. You know what I mean? And remember those, man? Remember Vice Squad and G.I.B.?
Oh, wow. Yo, the Vice Squad. Yo, peace to the Vice Squad, man.
Peace to the Vice Squad. Peace to G.I.B. Black, man. I love all those brothers, man.
Vice Squad.
I was just on the live earlier this week with the end of last week with Brother Constant Watson. Remember we used to call him KGL.
Yeah, that's my man right there.
Yeah. And remember when we heard Vice Squad and GIB was getting ready to go toe to toe at the Boys Club or the PA.
That was big, man.
Yeah, no matter what part of the state we lived in, we lined up for that. You know what I mean?
That was big, man.
We got to witness something that was so pure, right? That no matter how good the crew was, or the rapper was, or the DJ was. We got to witness like no fights, man. Like no violence came behind that. We used to get the battle tapes with the Cold Crush and Fantastic Four and stuff like that, man. And there was no fighting. You know what I mean? It was just skill for skill. You know what I mean?
And that's real. That is real. That is real.
Yeah, we got all that. When you speed up the tape, when you speed it up to 2020, right?
Mike, how you gonna want to fight Sundance Kid? Somebody who named themselves Sundance Kid. Exactly. How you gonna fight the sun, man?
Yeah, you just can't, bro. You know what I mean?
But man.
Yeah. We had so much, man, and now when there's a rap battle, 9 times out of 10 somebody gets hurt nowadays. You know what I mean? So we was able to enjoy our music. So that's why I made this platform, man, because music it has to get back to that essence, because what's gonna happen when I'm not here, when you're not here, we was able to piggyback off the sounds that our mothers and fathers gave us, right? Mm-hmm. Which I think should never die. Basically, that's just me. I don't think the sounds of Al Green should ever die. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think
so. It won't.
You know, but here was the biggest challenge. Like, will our youth carry the torch the way we carried the torch for our parents when it comes to music? Like we still play those songs, you know what I mean? That we remember back in the day. I really used to didn't like hearing Aretha Franklin that much.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I was made to love her. I was made to love her because of the many times that my mother would play it.
Seeds was planted very early. They planted the seeds.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Yeah. And nowadays. See, as a kid, I thought as a child. You understand? Nowadays, man, at my prime age, man, I appreciate Aretha Franklin, man. Like, I can listen to her. My mother is not even on the planet no more, but I can listen to Aretha Franklin, man, and feel so good while I'm listening to her, man. Like the tones, man, like the pipes that this woman had, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I can listen to her, man, and feel real good about it and be like, wow. You know, back then I just wanted mom to turn it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's real. That's real, though.
You know, but I enjoy it now, man, because it wasn't said to me back then, you're going to have to carry the torch. It wasn't said to me.
Right.
But now that, you know, I'm in my 50s, thank God that I made it to my 50s, you know.
Bless
now that I'm in my 50s, man, I think that music is so pure.
Right.
You know, it's not nothing on the market today that even comes close when you talk about pureness. You know what I mean? Music that makes you meditate, music that makes you dance when you're in the supermarket, music that makes you, I'm not talking about dancing at the food, I'm talking about, you ever had seen the ability of music? You ever go into a public place, right? And play something like Simply Red, Holding Back the Years.
No doubt.
And almost everyone in that place starts to sing along.
No doubt.
Like, no doubt. You know, that's energy right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I was on a train. I was on a D train in the Bronx, man. This dude got on and he was playing Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. He was playing You and I Back Together. Yeah, he got on playing this, right?
Yeah.
And like when he first got on, everybody just looked. But I tell you, by the time the train got to the next station, the whole car was like people was out their seats dancing, singing. So a Spanish lady grabbed me and I danced with the Spanish lady on the train. Because that's the power and the energy of real good, wholesome music. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, some music you can't classify as wholesome. So what I do is on my page, and this is not to knock anybody that's into the music business of 2020 and 2019, not to knock anybody, but my platform is for wholesome classics, you know, and that's why I named it what I named it, you know. It's about playing classics, man. It's about playing those songs that can take you to a memory, to a place. You know what I mean? Like you was talking about how you saw me pop like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
But listen, hey, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I play Planet Rock right now, do you know where it takes me mentally? It takes me back to those days. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I can't play Looking for the Perfect Beat without mentally going back.
Right.
You know, to those times, man. I even get in the mirror and sometimes and bust a move. I can't do it like I used to, but
hey,
you know.
That's real. Now I've been in the studio with Bambaataa several times, and trying to come up with a new record was very challenging for me, given the task, because, you know, for the first 3 years when I met him and we in work, in my mind, you know, he's trying to do, you know, future records, but in my mind, all I'm hearing is, yo, this you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it was very challenging, and it took 5 years, bro. 5 years of work for me to get all of that out, and because I wasn't reliving just Planet Rock, I was reliving every moment that we had from, you know, number 4 school, all the way up. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and bro, the memories when they start coming back, it comes back. You know, I mean, carrying your radio to school, you know, going by past the bushes, pushing people in the bushes, and you know what I'm saying, doing all of that, man. You know, it just brought back a whole lot of memories. But what I definitely know is that when we tap into the music, specifically the type of music that you're playing, which is what we refer to as soul, you know, though the music wasn't generated towards our particular age group, we were the children of those who that music was made for. And most often when we listen to these tunes, man, we're not just listening to those tunes, we're actually being visited by the memories of our parents, you know. And so most often it's important to just keep that in our lives. Like, we can just sit down and just play music, and you know, you just feel like you right back in love again in the presence of your mom or your family unit, you know. So I thank you, brother, for you know, creating that platform and putting it out there like that, man. It's a very powerful platform. I definitely would love to bring you on again, and next time we can actually, you know, play a couple of tunes and just elaborate on certain things and just sit back and actually let people hear, you know, on this platform what you're doing on your platform. There's a song that I love to play. I can't wait to start, you know, playing some tunes. You know, there's a song that I just listen to every day, man. Off the air, I'm gonna let you hear it. I'm not ready to put it out there just yet. But it's a beautiful song, man. It's all about inspiration, and you have definitely been an inspiration on that social media platform, brother. So again, thank you, man. And
you're welcome, brother.
Do not hang up, brother. I want to chop it up with you offline.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Watch your ears for 1 second. We've been talking with my good brother way back from Columbia number 9 school. You know what I'm saying? Way back. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. I love you, man.
Back, man. I love you back, brother. I love you back, man.
Hey, watch your ears, man. WNT9 Talk Radio.
Here we go, y'all.
WNT9 Talk Radio.
Here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all.
WNT9 Talk Radio.